straight talk. It is so disheartening, but we have to talk about it so the people would know. Even I know how many times I would leave the studio and I will be scared of what I've said because you don't know who is who. Well, personally, I've not been assaulted or any of that, but a lot of our colleagues have been passing through that, even here in Imo State. So please, we are calling on the government to really do something. They say there's freedom of expression in this country, but so many times where is that freedom? Well, this is going to be our talking point today. Dan, you have anything you want to add to that intro?
What I want to say is just that in any profession, be it journalist, a banker, a mechanic, whatever it is you're involved in or whatever it is you do as an individual, you always want to ensure that there's professionalism in anything you do. So if you're a professional in any act or in any field that you take up, if you don't do it and do it well, people will still, take it out on you. And then when you do it well, you are still criticized. So where do you draw the line? Do you still maintain stance or do you give up on it?
All right. So Wike on April 26th, 2026 said Nigeria's FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, faced intense condemnation for stating if there was any way to break the screen, I would have shot him, referring to Channels television anchor Seun Okinbaloye after reporting on the weakness of opposition parties. Now, this is also a follow-up to the ADC saga, which a lot of people are seeing as the only viable alternative from the APC. And now they are in a crisis, leadership crisis, where anything they do now is not recognized by INEC. So they have not delisted the party, but the party cannot function. That's exactly the situation with the ADC now, as INEC has said they will not recognize whatever the David Mark-led faction does or the Bala Gombe faction does, null and void. So how will the party function without its leadership? And anything they do is null and void. Does that party still exist? That is the question now, and the reality of what Seun was trying to point out. Why would they allow this to happen? And then Wike said, if there was any way to break the screen, I would have shot him. So, and the worst part of the whole of that encounter was that a journalist was sitting there laughing at such rhetorics against your colleague. And a female journalist was there. I don't know her name. I didn't see her face. But she was trying to explain what Wike means. That is completely out of the point. So journalists who, pardon my language, who kiss asses, pardon my language, but that's exactly what it means to really buttress the point. You can't do that. Your colleague is being faced with such rhetorics and you are giving an explanation. What does that mean? A minister should choose his words carefully. This is politics season and a lot of days will come. 75% of attacks on journalists have come from the Nigerian police. Yes, 75% of them have come from the Nigerian police. Police pick you up anyhow, anytime. They brutalize you in the name of you said something on television or radio or you wrote something on the pages of newspaper. They beat the living out of you. And before you come out there, nothing is done to the police because they are playing the script or doing the script written by one big man somewhere who was affected by a report from a journalist. And this is completely uncalled for. Well, anyway, this is it. We also have this terrible... I was saying here that Easter is coming. I don't know where they will attack. And on Easter Sunday, Benue State was their target. Benue State, they killed over about 10, some people say 9, some people say 10. Police report says 9 in Benue State on Easter Sunday when people were celebrating Easter. The question is, they keep denying the genocide, but the genocide keeps happening. And they keep talking about clashes, farmer-header clashes. If there is a clashes, there should be two people fighting. One side will bring weapon, another one will bring weapon. You people attack me today, tomorrow I'll attack you the next day. How come nobody is attacking these people? They are the ones always doing the attacking. And the Nigerian government keeps saying it's clashes between farmers and headers. I don't understand where we're heading to in this country, but that's the situation. Anyway, this is Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7. Welcome aboard to the After Easter edition, the Monday edition, first for this week. My name is Barry Cosmos, the radio Mashad, the one on radio. And of course, with me is my microphone partner.
And mine is Judge Don Ekoma.
All right, we go straight into the newspaper review this morning. Stick around on Touch the Dial. Welcome to the newspaper review segment of the People's Program. Here we bring you latest stories on the pages of the newspapers. But this time around, we start with the national dailies, and later we'll bring you the local newspaper. Okay, the Punch newspaper is our first point of call. 2027 election, political storm brews over PVC revalidation. Now, this is a developing story, and I've been keeping eyes on this one, this particular revalidation and all that. What exactly do they mean by permanent voters card, and why the revalidation? Revalidation of voters card, how many days to the election? I don't understand what INEC is trying to do, but the African Democratic Congress, the People's Democratic Party, the Obedient Movement, and civil society groups on Sunday warned that the implementation of the voter revalidation exercise by the Independent National Electoral Commission could disenfranchise the electorate and damage public trust. The ADC spokesman, Bolaji Abdullahi, in an interview with The Punch, pointed out that rural dwellers may be disenfranchised, citing challenges of access and awareness in remote communities. The PDP publicity secretary in Emma Bong and Obedient Movement National Coordinator Yunus Otanko questioned the feasibility of the exercise, arguing that it may not achieve its intended purpose given current logistical constraints. Now, again, let's just take a look at this. First, there's no time for this. Second, is it INEC even ready for this validation? How many INEC staff do they have? Yes, we keep talking about network glitches here and there. When will they even do the revalidation? How do they want to do the revalidation? One, the BVAS accredits you, it validates your PVC before you vote, and you are still talking of revalidation. I don't understand what Nigeria INEC is doing at all. I don't know. Don, do you have anything to add to this one?
I think the question is, we're going to actually pose this question to INEC. What is their plan for the election come 2027?
Well, that's a big question. What is your plan? Because nobody knows what you're doing. Everything is just scatter every day. One new thing, 7 to 8 months before Nigerian election. What does it mean? What exactly are you trying to achieve? And that is where it all gets messy. Well, still on the Punch newspaper, there is an ongoing press conference where ADC demands INEC chairman sack and alleges plot to enforce one-party state in Nigeria. That is now the World Press Conference holding in Abuja right now. The ADC demands chairman sack and alleged plot to enforce one-party system in Nigeria, one-party state, the APC. Everybody has to join the APC or you're out of the scheme of things in Nigeria. All right. Well, INEC derecognizes Mark Aregbasola party's revolt And then that's another one on the Punch newspaper. Let's take this one down.
Okay, court rejects bid to bar Kingibe from ADC.
What? Hey, voila. Okay, the Federal High Court in Abuja on Thursday declined an ex parte application seeking to bar Senator Iriti Kingibe from participating in the activities of the African Democratic Congress. Justice Peter Lifu, in ruling, refused the request by some world leaders of the party in Wuse Federal Capital Territory, who alleged that the senator had been suspended over anti-party activities. Instead, the court directed the plaintiffs to put the lawmaker on notice to be enable her to respond to the allegation and join issues with them. So even if this happens, what is the what's that language they use in that grammar again they spoke? Maintain status quo ante bellum or whatever. So it doesn't affect this one again. They are going to court again, seeking the same ADC. Unbelievable. What exactly is happening in Nigerian polity? These people, our Nigerian politics is no longer about you going to vote now. It is about using every trick in the book to make sure the people don't even vote at all. And that's exactly the situation. I can tell you authoritatively without fear that there is a very grand, big conspiracy to make sure you don't vote. Because if you don't vote, everything goes the way it is. It goes according to the plan. A lot of politicians have been saying it, but if you look at the scheme of things, what's happening, it looks that everybody is going to get angry with the process and you don't vote, and that is how every plan that anybody is doing will really, really surface. Because if you ask 20 people in the street, 20 of them, maybe 18 will say, I'm not voting. I don't want, my vote will not count. And that is exactly what they want. The people who are orchestrating all this madness, causing confusion, that's what they want. Now the question, will you fall into that trap? If you fall into that trap, well, you have helped them achieve their aim. So no matter what, come out on that day. Let's see who stops you from voting, and then we'll know the next step. EFCC 6 final forfeiture of 57 properties linked to Malami. Malami. Kogi governor announces minor cabinet reshuffle, and Cockroach or Cow will back Abdulrazak's choice. That's according to Kwara LG boss. Well, this one, done.
Plateau killings. Tinubu visits Jos. IG deploys mobile police.
And
alleged group. Families of detained officers protest at National Assembly.
Well, remember the coup that was said to be planned by some military personnel. First, the Nigerian government denied it, and later they arrested people. Yeah. In the same coup, they said there was no coup. So which one do we believe? And their families are now protesting. You arrested them, you're not taking them to court. By military standard, that's firing squad. If you are found planning a mutiny against the leadership, you are liable for firing squad. So are they going to fire them or not? That's the question. Anyway, 2027, Tinubu ex-ministers face tough battles in states. Okay, these ones that resigned from their ministerial position to go and contest are facing tough battle. That's what it means. Yeah. And this is on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. We are now in the Vanguard newspaper. Let's take this other one.
Okay, U.S.-Iran conflict. Man outlines measures to mitigate effect on Nigerian manufacturers.
All right. And IBAN demands apology from Wike and threatens boycott over controversial comment. All right. Wike, you have been asked to apologize. The next thing you come on national TV and say, I didn't say that. The Independent Broadcast Association of Nigeria, IBAN, has called on the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to retract a controversial remark and issue a public apology, warning that failure to comply would lead to a boycott of his media engagement. In a statement released on Monday, IBAN expressed deep concern over comments made by the minister during a live program on Channels Television on April 3rd, 2026. During the broadcast, Wike was quoted as saying of journalist Shehu Okimbaloye, if there was any way to break the screen, I would have shot him, in reaction to journalists' interviewing style on Politics Today's program. Unbelievable. But definitely we'll give you more details on this, and you have your take on this on the show later. I am not afraid of you, Wike. That is what Shane Kimberley is replying at this man. Let's take this one, Dan.
Easter tragedy. Headers. Terrorists kill 16 in Benue, Kaduna.
Every holiday season, every Christian celebration, from celebration, it turns bloody. Let's get more details then.
Okay, at least 16 people were killed in separate violent incidents in Benue and Kaduna states during Easter celebrations, leaving communities in mourning and prompting urgent calls for stronger security measures. In Benue State, 9 residents of Ajena community in Mbalom, Goa East local government area, were killed when suspected armed herdsmen stormed the area early on Sunday. The attackers, numbering over 50, set homes, the local market, and food vans ablaze. Several others remain missing, and one victim is receiving medical attention.
Now, that's the Easter present that was given to Benue people and Kaduna people in Mbalom, Way East local government area of Benue State. It is so sad that every holiday, this news must come. What did we celebrate before Easter now? On Christmas Day, on New Year Day, every time, Valentine's Day, now it's Easter. Before you know again, what's the next holiday? People are being killed by the same group of people. And our government keep telling Nigerians that it is farmer-header clashes, Christians and Muslims are being killed, there is no genocide, there is this and that and that. How long are you going to keep saying these things? When you keep telling a lie too many times, you start believing it, that it is true. And how long are we going to keep listening to talks like this when people keep dying and the government does little or nothing to abate it? Human beings dying every day because of negligence and because the government refused to attack this thing to what it is, saying people are dying, people are being killed, both Muslim and Christian. Hence, it's not genocide. Until these people vanish from the... I saw a video on social media where people were carrying their bags, running and leaving their communities and going to God knows where, just to go and have life somewhere. IDP camps everywhere in a country that we are not at war. Unbelievable. Even people are saying Hamas, even better pass us. Well, a resident said as people tried to flee, the gunmen opened fire, killing innocent citizens. 9 bodies have been recovered, but many are still missing. The security advisor to the Gwe East local government chairman, Mr. Austin Awuwa, confirmed the attack and said security forces had been deployed to prevent further attacks. For your mind, after they come, kill people, they'll come back again, or they'll go to another location. Well, only God can help us in this country going forward. Well, Atiku, Amechi, Aregbasala, others are twinkle little stars in ADC. That is coming from Felix Moka. Felix Moka is the spokesperson for the APC, saying they are twinkle, twinkle little star. What does it mean? Kind of politicians. If you say this against APC now, would you be free? That's the question. The Nigerian Publicity Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Felix Moka, has downplayed the weight and influence of coalition within the African Democratic Congress, ADC, describing its leading figures as politically ineffective despite their individual profiles. Speaking on Channels Television Sunday Politics, Moka said the ruling party had no reason to feel threatened by the opposition alliance, insisting that its members lack the capacity to mount a serious challenge. Now, if they lack the capacity, why won't you allow the party to be? Why are the forces always against these same people who are twinkle, twinkle, little star? First, INEC deregistered their leadership, put confusion, say they are not going to recognize them. That is on one side. To bring electronic voting from polling unit straight to the RF in real time is a mba. Because, what is it called? Network will not be available. Some people don't have network. And that is what you refer to not being afraid. Or not, that they don't matter. So why all these shenanigans going on? And the government of the day is not calling INEC to order INEC. No, don't do this, don't do this. So who is orchestrating this? If they are politically irrelevant, why don't you let them have a playing field, a level playing ground? These are a lot of comments being made by people. Well, what is your own take on this one? All right, let's take another newspaper before we open up our phone lines. Let's take this one down.
Okay, out of school. Concerns as millions of children face bleak future in northern Nigeria.
Well, across parts of northern Nigeria, classrooms sit partially empty or, in some cases, fully closed, as insecurity forces students to be out of school.
Yeah.
You know, this kind of thought, it really affects me emotionally because I don't understand how a country will look at their future generation. These people are the future of Nigeria. And if they are not educated, what is the future of Nigeria? That's exactly what I keep asking. What is the future of the North? These Northerners, they don't know what they're doing. If they do know, they'll realize the mistake. The people in power, you will not be there forever. These ones will grow up to be the future of the Northern community. What will be the fate of the North? Spreading poverty generation to generation. Look at their faces. Some of them are not seeing water to bathe for days because they don't know where to even bathe. They sleep in the street, they carry plates around, they are supposed to be in school, being trained to become better people tomorrow, contribute to the society. But what do? You allow them to roam the street, and at the end of the day, this is where they come and carry them into the forest and become terrorists. For the young girls, they breed like rabbits. Poverty breeding poverty, spreading poverty all over. And you want who to pay the price, the consequences of your actions? Well, don't train them. Leave them. One day. 9 killed in Easter Day attack on Benue community. Overflog on that matter. Let's take this down.
Okay, 2027. INEC plotting to deny Peter Obi presidential platform, Obedient Movement.
Let's get a little bit of that story, please.
Okay, the Obedient Movement has accused All Progressive Congress, APC, of plotting to deny a chieftain of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Peter Obi, a platform ahead of the 2027 presidential election. National coordinator of the movement, Yanusa Tanko, alleged that the delisting of the ADC by the Independent National Electoral Commission was part of a broader strategy to prevent Peter Obi from contesting in the next presidential poll. Speaking with journalists, Tanko claimed the alleged plan had been in motion since the 2023 general election, describing it as a serious threat to Nigerians' democracy. This underlined plan has been in motion since the 2023 election, deliberately injecting crisis into Obi's former party, the Labour Party, to prevent him from securing a foothold. Despite Obi's relentless efforts to restore peace, government infiltrators, aided by a compromised judiciary, consistently thwarted these attempts.
Do you agree with Tanko Yunusa? Do you agree with him? Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. Okay, on that note, let's open up the phone lines for you to holler. It is time for you to be part of the conversation. 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. Everybody, phone lines officially open. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Hello, good morning.
That sounds like Chief Ben Okwanu.
Exactly. Good morning, Ekoma.
Good morning.
Happy Easter.
The same to you.
Barry, my brother. Wike, one day, one news. One day, one trouble. the statement credited to him against the journalist, the renowned Shehu, is really unfortunate.
Mm.
In a same line, Wike should have been questioned by now
Mm.
because it is a threat, whether you like it or not. No matter, I know information has it that he has put a call across to the journalist
Mm.
trying to, pepper the cracks. But it is late. Wike should be called to order. He is assuming so much. The relevant authorities or whoever is his boss should call him to order. That is not the way to operate in a democracy. Let him not jeopardize the existence of democracy in this country. He is fomenting trouble everywhere in River State at the federal level. Let him play according to the rules.
Mm.
And let him also know that there's time for everything. Today he is in power. Tomorrow he may be out of power. That's my take.
Thank you very
Chief Ben
much.
Okwono.
All right, thank you very much, Chief Ben. Well, ADC clears the air on David Mark's resignation, and of course, that story has been trending on social media. I don't know who concocted that story, and it's all over that David Mark has resigned as ADC chairman, but ADC has said it's false. We needed to get you clarified on that. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Barry.
Good morning. Welcome
Good
aboard.
morning, Don.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Herbert. I call from Port Harcourt Road.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, what Tanko Yunusa says is the truth, and he has been saying it all this while.
Yeah.
He has an underground plan to make sure that P2B is not on the ballot. But Tanko has always assured us that no matter what, he will be on the ballot. Let them continue to make that push. There's no how Nigerians should be happy if Obi is not on the ballot. Now, on what is happening between Shehu and Wike, it's not enough for them to call Wike to apologize. No. Shehu should extract a commitment from Wike that he will make good his trade. How can you come up on national television to say that if it's possible to pull him out, to break the television and shoot him, you will do that? That is quite bad. So it's not enough for Shehu to demand for apology. There should be a document signed by Wike to safeguard the life of Shehu Okinbaloye. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you
you.
very much.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
A gracious and a pleasant morning to you, Barry Cosmos and Ekoma.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Chimezie must remains my name. Firstly, Barry, please tell your engineers to look into the first line. The line has been having issue for the past 1 week now.
Okay.
Secondly, Felix Moka of the APC, whatever, said something about other parties. Maybe they don't want them to have a level playing ground. This is what we call democracy. Every political party should allow other parties to do their affairs in the right conduct. Nobody is more, there's no party that is greater than the other. So they should allow everybody to do everything they want to do in peace and let the people decide come 2027. Chimezie Madu remains my name. Thank you.
Thank
All
you
right,
very much.
Thank you very much, Chimezie Madu. We have also stories from the Star Post Express. 2027 while Okigwe Zone 6, Longas Anyao and Honorable Oke Udu extend warm Easter greetings to Okigwe Zone, Ndimo, and calls for renewed hope and unity. Imo MBA moves to tackle quackery in service delivery. And High Chief Onyewuchi Chikerem Asinobi emerges mayor of Mbitoli. Whoa. And Amimo Development Council congratulates Senator Samuel Nemeka Anyang over his re-election as PDP National Secretary. Those are stories from the Star Post Express. Let's take from this Nigerian News Point. Done. Let's take this one.
Okay. Easter Ararume urges Nigerians to embrace sacrifice, renewed hope, praise for Tinubu's leadership. Okay, NLC blasts Tinubu over sufferings, hardship in Nigeria. Peace returns to Ofekata Orodo as stakeholders extol Eze Uzebu leadership style. Ugwoma Obube boils again as Eze Nwogu allegedly interlopes, hijacks Imo government security equipment allocated to Ugwoma Obube.
He reportedly diverted materials to alleged impersonating PG Akuzie. That story is on page 9 of the Nigerian News Point. It's a very interesting read. Uzodimma Eze Imo must hear this. That is the title. This has been one of those developing stories that have been catching my attention a little bit, but definitely, if I have more details on the story, we'll bring them to you. Okay, I think that will be all for now. Let's go back to the phone lines now and get your calls. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Barry Cosmas, my very good friend. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Chief
Good morning,
Jude.
Don.
Good morning.
My name is a friend of the house. Chief Jude Ubaja, that usually come from Duchi, Imo State.
Okay.
Very happy Easter.
Happy Easter to
I'm
you,
still
Chief.
making proposition to invite you to come and celebrate lavishly with me. But
Okay.
don't worry, I'm going to put up a call across to you, this time.
Easter on the Odo. You better call.
Let me get to the crux of the matter.
All right.
Well, my only happiness about the development, with ADC so far, is that they have resolved to actually save their peaceful protest. It is their constitutional right to actually to do.
Yeah.
But then there is what the Igbo people will say in their proverb. I'm talking in regard to their calling for the sack of the INEC chairman. There is something a child will not get, after crying. I don't want to say it because I'm on air. But then, the truth is that I've always proposed 3 different things. Resolutionary means for ADC to take as far as the issue concerning them now is concerned. One is for them to go back to the appeal court to seek the proper interpretation of the appeal court order on this. 2, if that order, event that order is not acceptable to them, for goodness sake and constitutionally speaking, they are free to go to Supreme Court and seek redress. And finally, the protest they are now doing now. But for them to call for the removal of the INEC chairman is to me something that is an impossibility. That will never happen.
All right.
And come to think of it, is ADC not the architect of their own misfortune?
How?
And in this case, even that is leading to this originate, is it not for one of them? I think they should save us of all this. I'll also maintain that continue to do so, that this pockets of problem in ADC and even of the opposition political parties are aimed towards making sure that the APC candidates win and convincingly too. Let me start the Charlie's principle.
Chief Jude, it's all right. I think I've given you enough
in order
time.
to annul the effects of all that. All the pockets of problems.
Chief Jude, it's okay. Thank you.
APC and our candidates.
All right, thank Chief Jude. I've given him enough time, but he will not stop promoting. And of course, we don't use our platform to promote any party, but we need to also get something straight here. Now, I'm getting this report from the These Day newspaper that there was a August 2025 memo INEC issued that reveals appointment of Mark-led caretaker committee invalid ab initio. And that is exactly the paper that is now, if you go and check the These Day newspaper today, you'll get it. So the leadership challenge faced by the ADC appear not to be abating. A document of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has revealed fundamental flaws in the composition of the current leadership led by former Senate President David Mark. The document, a memo dated August 6th, 2025, was in respect of a communication between ADC and INEC on a meeting that produced the caretaker committee of the party. It contained a submitted list of caretaker committee, national working committee, and zonal officers ADC has ratified at the ADC meeting of July 2025, as well as the minutes of the party's 99 National Executive Committee NEC meeting on July 29, 2025. Well, according to the memo signed by Deputy Director, Election Party Monitoring Committee, Joanne Arabs, ADC did not give the required 21-day notice to the commission in respect of the meeting that produced caretaker committee, nor provide any records of the meeting. Arabs, in the memo to the chairman of EPMC, pointed out that failure to serve such notice violated Section 82, subsection 5 of the Electoral Act, and as such rendered it invalid. The memo read, the provision of Section 82, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2025 is clear on which of the activities of political parties requires a mandatory 21 days notice. The section is reproduced herein. Every registered political party shall give the Commission at least 21 days notice of any convention, congress, conference, or meeting convened for the purpose of measure and electing members of its executive committees, other governing bodies, or nominating candidates for any elective office specified under this act. The emphasis here is placed on what the gathering, by whatever name it's called, seek to achieve. Section 82 sub 5 made it clear that failure to give the notice stipulated in 82 sub 1 renders the activity invalid. The ADC gave the Commission the notice of the meeting held on July 29, 2025, that ratified the resolution of the National Working Committee, but neglected to give notice of the meeting where those resolutions were made. Meaning what? They gave you notice of next meeting, but they didn't give you notice of the notification. If a meeting was adjourned on the same purpose, I don't understand, but definitely that's for the court to decide. The party did not state the effective date. The appointment caretaker takes effect from the communication of the party. It is within the powers of the Commission to impose upon any political party when and how to activate implementation of its decisions and resolutions. This was in 2025, this memo came up on board. So why did INEC now witness, ratified, and put David Mark as the leader in their own portal? Or is this a deliberate attempt by INEC, knowing fully well that this is wrong, but it's okay, we'll play along with you, then when it is that very crucial time, we'll hit you? Is that what this memo is trying to tell Nigerians? Or what exactly are they trying to do? Well, this is kind of confusing, Don. What do you make of this kind of craziness? Because I'm seeing this one, it's not adding up. First, INEC was one that recognized David Mark, put his name, they gave out a memo, put his name on their portal as the leadership of this same party. And this memo is coming out way before INEC recognized David Mark. So, INEC, what is your end game? What is your end game? Terrible. Anyway, we move on. What do you make of that? Back to the headlines. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Who are we speaking with?
I just want to say kudos to you guys at the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Engineer Anna.
Okay. Anna, you're welcome.
You have all said it all. You have all said it all. I pray that the Almighty God should strengthen you guys.
Thank you very much.
The diplomacy you use.
Thank you.
Keep on telling the truth. Your reward is in heaven.
Amen.
There's nothing I want to say, but what I want to tell them, they should remember that the eternity we are talking about is not on the earth here.
Okay.
It's at heaven. So whatever you do, have a reward.
All right.
That is just it.
Thank you.
Now, come to talk about the electoral process in Nigeria. Nigeria is a flawed state. You and I can agree. Because the way things work in this country, you'll be asking, is this the Nigeria you know 30 years, 40 years ago?
All
even
right.
the military time is even better.
All right. Thank you. Please, for lack of time, let's keep it short. All right. Thank you very much.
So I just want to tell you that. Thank you very much.
All right. God bless you.
Thank you, and God bless you.
All right. Let's get this message up.
Okay, good morning, Barry and Dawn. Happy Easter in arrears. Emeka from MCC. We appreciate your good job at Echo FM. Keep it up. I just have a valid question. Are we practicing democracy in this country called Nigeria? I believe that's what is in practice is kakistocracy, a government system where the most less qualified are in government. This is my take.
All right. Thank you very much. That's a very valid argument there. Kakistocracy. The least qualified are the ones that are leading the most qualified. Unbelievable. But that's exactly what he's saying. This other one says, good morning, Mr. Barry. Wike was serious with what he said. Him trying to clarify himself is because of the backlash. When they go to international media, you say their brain reset. They will be humbled. Ndubisi from New Owerri. Thank you very much.
Okay, good morning, Uncle Barry, Cosmos Burguru. One on the international air. Happy Easter Monday and same to Don Ekoma, extended to every better one connected. We are yours humble, Obere
Jesus.
Obere Jesus, and Ifeanyi Chukwu Patrick Egujo. We're representing and radiating from our home, Umo Kreka, Umo Oba Urata, we're not LGA. Uncle Barry, Cosmos, and Donu. We say Nigerian system is gone. And what do you expect from journalism? Where is Delegiwa? What about Ernest Okonkwo? May God lead his people out of Egypt. We say amen.
All right, thank you very much. This one says, good morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cossi and beautiful Don George Ekoma. In the joyful season of resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, hearts are bleeding, eyes are crying, mouths are shouting, and legs are running as bandits kill cars, burn houses, and chase people away from their homes on Easter Sunday in Benue Plateau, Katsina, Kaduna, and Borno State. When are these killings going to stop? Why must innocent Christians lose their lives on Easter Sunday? Yet, the ruling government is busy talking about 2027. That may not come to pass. Can someone please tell me in the work and usefulness of the members of our National House of Assembly, which is busy gulping our money in trillions? The country is seriously going down. God, please come to our aid. As in Lady Juliana Sike sent in that one. And this one.
Okay. To the Guru one and Lady Ekoma, gracious Easter Monday. It's unfortunate that journalists in Nigeria are under threat by our politicians. My advice to journalists is that they should stop begging all these politicians to avoid embarrassment. But for Wike's statement, I think by now the DSS supposed to or would have invited Wike for his careless statement against the channel journalist. And again, the president of NUJ should have come up with a statement on this threat by Wike, or direct the journalists to boycott all Wike's media activities. For the Easter killings in some northern states, did they not know that there will be an attack on Easter Sunday? Did they have security on ground? Why must they go to church on Easter Sunday, knowing fully well that there is insecurity in their states? Meanwhile, may the souls of those who lost their lives rest in peace. Comrade Chris Ogbonna, JP, Church of Presentation.
If they don't go to church, where should they go, my brother? Should you be afraid to practice your faith in your own country? That's the question. I think it's time for us to go on a commercial break, and we'll be coming back after that. The news update at 10, and the conversation will continue. But before that, good morning, Barry and Don Nico. Happy Easter to you guys. My name is Felix Nwozo, texting from my humble community, Umuahimbiri. The killing in the country is getting out of hand, out of control. Please, Barry, help me ask Tinubu, are we going to die same day? We have 3 problems in this country: insecurity, INEC, and Wike. Thanks to you. God bless you. All right, Emmanuel. Here come Emmanuel C. Say, good morning, Barry. And I come happy Easter still and happy new week. Wike has done his bit. Let NUJ do theirs. Simple. He has threatened one of you and by extension all of you. Now NUJ should withdraw his information aids under NUJ and stop his Wike activities to reach the public. Barry and Ekoma, action and inaction are equal and opposite. That is Newton's second law of motion. Remain blessed. Thank you. We will be right back. Don't touch that dial.
Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Register APP and get your membership. Zero corruption, any by any. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Register APP and get your membership. Zero corruption, any by any. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. A new party is here. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. The elephant is here. Register APP and get your membership. Zero corruption, any by any.
Join the moving train. Join Action People's Party, APP. Go get your card now.
Zero corruption, any by any.
Do you want to study abroad? Are you interested to pursue studies in Europe, America, and the Middle East? Do you want admission for yourself, your child, and relatives, or colleagues? Then worry no more. SG Education Nigeria Limited and Optimal Limited UK got you covered. We are your student admission visa experts, and now we bring to your doorstep a World Education Fair, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get first-hand information for your admission abroad. Dates: 18th April 2026. Venue: Hotel The Copperfield, number 43 Okigwe Road, Owerri, Imo State. Time: 10 a.m. prompt. If you want to study in Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Europe, USA, Malta, France, Spain, and many other countries in the Middle East, come with your documents for on-the-spot admission into any university of your choice. Information is power. Remember, on the 18th April 2026 at Hotel The Copperfield, Okigwe Road, Owerri, Imo State. SG Education Nigeria Limited and Optimal Limited UK, we got your back. Come back, baby.
Nke a bụ mgbasa ozi gbasara ozi dị oke mkpa. Onye isi ala Owerri, High Chief Reginald Nwakome Ejiogwu, on behalf of the Owerri Chise Central Organizing Committee, warmly welcomes all traditional rulers, community leaders, Ndoha, President Generals, elders, youths, Ndemboto, Ndendomo Owerri, and all of us of Owerri to a special civic reception in honor of our distinguished and illustrious son, Honorable Sir MacDonald Ebere, PhD, who has successfully completed his tenure as the state chairman of the APC in Imo State and has returned home in honor. We say welcome.
This event is also to appreciate and commend him on his new position as the board chairman, Federal College of Fishery and Marine Technology, Lagos, and also for the numerous good works he has done and is still doing for the people of Owerri in the area of employment, education, empowerment, healthcare, and community support. Too many to mention.
All sons and daughters of Owerri unanimously affirm that your contributions and continued efforts are commendable. A person like you is rare among us. Like a goldfish, you have no hiding place. Shine on, our dear Honorable Sir MacDonald Ebere. Owerri are solidly behind you.
This event is scheduled as follows. Date: Saturday, April 18, 2026. Venue: Old Township Stadium, Owerri. Time: 12 noon.
A major highlight of the event will be the conferment of special blessings and prayers by the esteemed traditional rulers and elders of Owerri.
We also use this opportunity to appreciate our dear governor, His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, for his good works and for providing the enabling environment and support given to our son, Honorable Sir MacDonald Ebere, in his service.
Come, let's gather together and give honor to whom honor is due. Sir MacDonald Ebere. This message is signed by Honorable Sir Victor Ekocha, JP, Secretary, Central Organizing Committee.
Echo FM. Echo 100.7 of Fresh News People.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How you can suspend me here? Are we the slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
From the newsroom of Echo FM comes the news update at 10. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. The federal government has announced plans to establish a National Cybersecurity Coordination Council to strengthen Nigeria's capacity to fight growing cyber threats. In a statement, the Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy stated that the proposed council will serve as multi-stakeholders platform to enhance coordination, information sharing, and collaboration across public and private sector institutions. The chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Lagos State Chapter, Bishop Stephen Adegbite, has called on Christians to embrace the spirit of Easter by demonstrating sacrificial love towards fellow citizens and national leaders. Adegbite made the call in Lagos, where he emphasized that the essence of Easter should inspire compassion, unity, and national renewal. Operatives of the Nigeria National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested a pastor and his wife in Lagos after discovering 11 kilograms of skunk concealed in hidden compartments of their vehicle. A statement by the agency spokesman, Femi Babafemi, stated that a search of the couple's vehicle led to the recovery of the illicit substance. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, commended officers involved in the operation, noting that the agency would continue to target traffickers regardless of the status. And in Lagos State, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency says 2 separate fire incidents caused by electrical surges occurred in parts of Lagos. The head public affairs of LASEMA, Afolabi Olawale, confirmed the incidents in a statement. He advised residents to exercise caution in the use of electrical equipment and to report emergencies through the state's toll-free lines. He added that LASEMA, in a collaboration with other responders, have concluded operations at both locations after ensuring the affected areas were safe. At least 16 people were killed in separate violent incidents in Benue and Kaduna states during Easter celebrations, leaving communities mourning and prompting urgent calls for stronger security measures. The dual attacks during the Easter celebrations underscore the persistent security challenges in parts of Benue and Kaduna states, even as authorities continue efforts to protect lives and property. And in Niger State, the Niger Tornadoes have issued a strong warning to their supporters over crowd misconduct, cautioning that further incidents could lead to the club losing its home ground advantage in the ongoing Nigerian Premier League Football League. The club secretary, Jibrin Haruna, reiterated that any further misconduct could trigger sanctions from the MPFL, including the possibility of the teams being banished from playing its home fixtures in Mina, a development that could significantly impact their performances and results. And in the world of business, the Nigerian Naira maintained a stable trajectory against the United States dollar as the first full trading week of April 2026 commenced. Real-time data showed the exchange rate at 1,377 naira per 80 kobo per dollar. This represents a slight appreciation from 1,380 naira 79 kobo recorded during the final session of previous week, indicating a resilient start for the local unit. And on the foreign scene, President Donald Trump confirmed that the U.S. forces have safely recovered a second airman down in Iran, calling it one of the most daring search and rescue operations in U.S. history. The announcement came as Iran launched missiles and drones at Israel and Kuwait, and a day after Trump stated that the Islamic Republic had 48 hours to cut a deal or face all hell. And that's all for the news update at 10 as edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook is Echo FM, on X at Echo FM_Owerri, on Instagram, Echo FM 100.7, on YouTube, Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that is the news update at 10. Thank you for listening.
Echo FM.
Live from the Eastern Heartland, Echo FM 100.7 brings you engaging conversation on trending news.
We need the federal government to sort whatever issue they are having with ASU.
By December this year, 4,000 MOUs will be employed in Europe.
It's explosive.
Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. When you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history.
Hilarious.
I get malaria, my cancer. Behind every successful man, there's a woman at the front. Stop shaking your head. You stop shaking your head. You're one of those who are causing problems. On action,
and daring.
Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President.
Our nation remains one of the most insecure and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk. Get straight analysis. No bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe. If I will get to him.
Echo FM.
Two things emotional after that. In fact, I was surprised yesterday. Thoroughly surprised. When I was watching politics today, Sean, if there was any way to break the screen, I would have shot him.
I'm coming, mother.
If 5 feet will get to him. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. No, so what I'm saying. But the point I'm saying is how you can take yourself, the interviewer, saying that we cannot allow this only one party to do. Look, I said, what is this? I'm calling you are an interviewer. You're not telling them your own view that how can they be there and make a mistake to allow one party in this country. We will not. I was just taken aback. I know the point I'm trying to make. There's nothing wrong. You are there and you are asking questions. How would you have allowed this kind of thing to happen? Now you are not the one coming out in the national television making that kind of which means you've already taken a position, which is not right. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I'm not that I should be going to give. No, what I'm trying to say, the anger that how could an interviewer, the anchor person, be making such a statement? And I said, this is not the kind of journalism I have seen people. I watch other stations.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to the show, people. That was Minister Wike in his comment where he rhetorically was threatening to shoot, what's his name? Shehu Okinbaloye of Channels Television, even though he was trying to say, I'm not trying to say I'm going to kill him. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You're trying to convey your annoyance for a journalist who is doing his job. Even if you don't like what he's saying, would you resort to getting angry to the point where you use such analogy to compare what you felt? And when you keep feeling like that, that is exactly where the issue is. A lot of people say things and they have a lot of followers, some of them fanatical followers, that may decide to act on comments that you have made. This is very, very ridiculous, if you ask me, from a 7 minister. But that was Wike's comment. You had him live. If you were following us on Facebook and YouTube, you can watch it live. If you've not seen it before on social media, go on our Facebook and watch it, because it's there for you to see and listen to him speak. Yes. He was having a media chat with other journalists when he made that comment. And it is completely very, very wrong. Okinbaloye had expressed concern about opposition politics ahead of the 2027 elections. Wike said he was angry because he felt the journalists crossed from neutral reporting into expressing a personal opinion. And the question is, who says a journalist cannot have a personal opinion on an issue, even if it's an anchor? Where is it written that you cannot express a personal opinion? You have right to analyze situation, don't you? So on that note, I want to open up the phone lines to let you have your say. But before that, Don, you have anything to add to this?
Yes, I do. What people don't understand is that... Okay. What people don't understand is that we have we used to have 3 tiers or 3 watchdog that, go aligned to bring out or expose the maladaptive nature of most of these politicians. Then it was the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. Now we have social media and we have the journalists now. And then the question now is, why should politicians feel threatened when a journalist decides to uphold truth, expose maladaptive nature that is being done by individuals at the helm of affairs? Now, I want to break it down by telling individuals the meaning of journalism or the meaning of journalist and what a rhetoric is. Now, journalist is a professional who collects, writes, and distributes news and information to the public. We investigate events, we interview people, and we report on issues that matters to the society, whether it is politics, sports, or local community updates. What binds us as a journalist or as journalism is truth. We expose truth irrespective of whatever that information, event, or issue may seem like. Now, what is rhetoric? Now, rhetoric is the effective use of language to persuade, influence, or impress an audience. It's not just what we say, but how we say it to get a specific reaction. Now, when Wike made this statement, if there was any way to break the screen, I would shoot him, referencing to Shehu. Now, people have said so many opinions. People call it violent rhetoric. Now, on the part of Wike's team, they are calling it a hyperbolic figurative statement. And then Shehu reacted by saying, I am not afraid and I will never be intimidated, adding that journalism is a duty to the public, not a concession of or to power. Now, questions to the politicians and to a journalist like we as individuals who uphold or who try to uphold that matriarch that says that we should be able to do our duties, we should be able to carry it out to the latter. Now, as politicians, does it mean that we should be able to smooth talk our words? Does it mean we should dress our words when we want to say what we want to say? Does it mean when things are happening, we should just pamper the truth and just make it look like this is how we see it and this is not how it's supposed to be? Like I said from the beginning when he gave the intro, as a professional in any field, it is your duty to be able to carry out your duty meticulously and awesomely. You're not doing it because you're working in a place. You're doing it for yourself because one day you'll be called up to carry out that duty. So wherever you see yourself, be it a journalist, a teacher, a mechanic, a military man, a police officer, whichever profession you uphold, your duty in that profession is to ensure that you do your duty appropriately. So the problem is, why is Wike angry that this individual was able to carry out his duty meticulously without insulting him directly, but just merely saying what he is able to see that is being done by the incumbent party, that is the APC.
All right. Now, for those of you who didn't hear what Shehu said, while anchoring his politics today, Okinbaloye has warned Nigeria is drifting towards a one-party system. He said, what makes the race very interesting is when it is competitive, not when only one party stands in the middle of the ballot. That's on quote of what Shehu said. He also added, ADC looks like one of the hopes of the opposition going into 2027. If the hope is dashed, we are doomed democratically. And broadly, it also made that Nigeria could be heading towards a one-party state dominated by the ruling party APC. Democracy could suffer if opposition voices weaken or disappear. Now, the question is, what Shehu has said, does this amount to becoming partial or taking a point or taking a stand? This is all about the debate of one-party system allegedly being carried or brought to Nigeria by the APC. Of course, that's exactly the controversy. And the last time I checked, Wike claims to be in the PDP. And then he is fighting the allegation that says it's a one-party state that affects the APC. So where is his allegiance? He has made it very clear he lies with the APC anyway. But definitely, in your own opinion, what has Shehu said that warranted Wike to react the way he reacted, that made him so angry that he is trying to portray it using a word seen by many as threat, and others, even though he has already explained that it's a hyperbolical statement or whatever, it is not very good. And of course, NUJ has since demanded an apology. IPAN has also demanded an apology, otherwise they will boycott his media engagement. So can this television station channel stand for their own personality as big as Shehu Okinbaloye? It says Okinbaloye was also expressing a personal political opinion, not just moderating as a journalist. That is what Wike was angry about. What gave Wike the right to be angry, and what gave Shehu the right to speak about what he feels like as a journalist? So, can the journalist also make statements that concerns political issues without being seen to be taking a position? And that is exactly the situation right now. Anytime you talk, they say you are supporting this party. Which party are you sympathetic to? All those kind of questions. I've received it so many times, and it's kind of very crazy. Anyway, let's get to hear your thoughts. 0911-20,022. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome aboard.
Good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Herbert Ako from Port Harcourt Road.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, like I said in the earlier program, Wike went too far. You see, that's why some people will want to say that someone takes 50-year-old whiskey and you come on national television to say such things. The annoyance was so much that he could even do that threat. He can effect that threat. If Shehu was around, he would have effected that threat. He showed it on live television, and that is wrong. And I keep repeating, it's not enough for them to call him to make apologies. No. He could also go on to implement that threat. He's the commander in Abuja. and Shehu stays there too. So anything could happen to the life of that young man. So they should make sure that they get a statement signed by him protecting this young man. Because Wike is becoming too, I wouldn't know how to express it so that you guys wouldn't yank me off. He sees himself as a demigod. He's a mere human being, a mere mortal who can pass away anytime. I think Wike should be reminded about that. I think I have an idea.
All right,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Hello.
Hello.
Brother Cosmos.
I greet you, sir.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello, good morning.
We can hear you. Go on.
Hello.
Uh-oh. What's happening with this line? Huh?
Hello, buddy.
I can hear you,
We
sir.
can hear you, sir.
Okay, good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
Professor Valen Ekobina.
Okay,
Yes,
you're
Prof.
welcome.
Happy Easter and the Monday.
Happy
Same
Easter to you, Prof.
Thank you very much, the Dawn Ekoma. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well, I want to believe that Wike has showed his normal Wikeism.
Wikeism. What a
That
word.
is his natural reaction.
Mm.
And if he were near the young man, definitely he would have gone beyond Ebono. Sure, you know what is Ebono? Would have done the real shooting. But now that he's saying, well, it's in a very figurative way, let's allow. But how that said, if anything happens to the young man, you can't throw it away. If the young man came out of the studio and somebody shot him, of course you go back to Week and said, yes, he did it. So when something like this is thrown out already, even to swallow it is not as easy as that. So the journalists, yes, you have a very serious, challenging assignment, and some have been killed in certain situations. Whether they are called martyrs or heroes, they remain human beings doing some dangerous work, just like you are there and on air. So I want to encourage you to continue. As human beings, you have to give some background sometimes, even when it looks like your opinion. You want to clear the ground. And somebody like Wike would always say that you are supported because you are saying something that he wouldn't want to hear. So just to leave it like that, that we have a situation in the country where we do not want people to express themselves because we don't want to hear that. Remember the Arise TV man also, not that long ago. So these are challenges. So I want to encourage you in what you are doing. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Prof. All right, Professor Valin there. Okay, let's take another caller before I bring you more information concerning journalists being endangered, especially. Good morning.
Hello.
Senior Comrade Linus Duru. Member no Imo State, Nigeria. My brother, good morning.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning.
I greet you, ma. Yeah, if Wike has sometimes apologized, I think this case should be forgotten. But if Shehu wants the case to go up, his studio and the management can go to court and challenge what he said. And more so, you know, sometimes this type of expression usually come out. You remember when we were kids, they said that when Afa Belawa and Zeke went to abroad, they were giving tea to drink, and this one said, cover his cup. Not cover his cup. All those fictitious stories. And then we let us take it like that. So that the very generation can remember that one day we can say this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. A lot of journalists have gone missing. Some of them dead. Some we can't even recover their body. Most of the cases uninvestigated and all that, because sometimes they think that the journalist disappearing is not a big deal, and all that is so sad. Pelumi Onifade in 2020 was killed during the NSAS protest in Lagos. Arrested and last seen in police custody, and body later found in a morgue, widely described as extrajudicial killings linked to police. Now, this case has been dead on arrival since 2020. Nobody has said anything. Why? Because she was reporting the NSAS. Precious Owolabi in 2019, a reporter with Channels TV, was shot while covering a protest in Abuja. Bullet came from police attempting to disperse the protesters. Alex Obo in 2020, a journalist covering the protest in Abuja, killed by a bullet allegedly fired by the police. Okeze Amorubem, 1998, publisher of News Service magazine, shot in the head by a police officer in Enugu after being detained. Now, these are the kind of atrocities journalists face in this country. And nobody is, taken to court, convicted in court, and then given the justice these slain journalists go through. Other cases, of course, everybody talks about Dele Giwa's own investigative journalist killed by a parcel bomb, widely suspected state involvement, but never proven. According to Fela Huki, Dele Giwa, na baba, if you put Gida, na you sabi. That was how even the musicians came up with that particular song, the great Fela of blessed memory. Now, this Bayo Ohu in 2009 from the Guardian newspaper, shot dead at home, motive suspected to be linked to his work, but to today is unresolved. Todue Salem in 2021 went missing and later found dead. Police claim it was an accident. Many raised suspicion. Just like that. So many. The last one that happened that's high profile is the Arise TV journalist who armed robbers came to the house and he had to jump down. Somto died. I mean, these are other issues. Back home in Imo State, who can forget Nonsonkwa and all the treatment I've given to him for doing his job? Anyway, these are all questions that are being raised. Journalists, the question is, are we now endangered species? A lot of you want to hear us talk. Say the truth, don't be afraid. But why telling the truth? This is what you get. And even after you die, no respect added to your name. Forgotten like there's nothing tomorrow. The police won't even investigate the matter. They just make one statement and close that file, and you are done and dusted. Wow. To the leaders, the journalist is not supposed to be living in fear. In short, these leaders should be afraid of the journalists for bringing them to public. In the U.S., where journalism is free, they can even publish things. Sometimes it's even false. Highest, you go to court. And they go defend themselves. If the court find that what they have said is false, wow. In Buhari's government, there was a crackdown on journalism. They now brought a bill, says hate speech. Anything you say on the television or radio is hate speech. Now, they don't want to even do amago again. It's koro. If you talk anyhow, you go see anyhow. They just pick you. Walk away. And you know the most annoying thing, even people who are supposed to be regulators in Nigeria regulating the mainstream media will come to you telling you that you shouldn't have said this, you shouldn't have said that. That the people in authority will give them heat and they will give you heat. I mean, this is exactly the kind of dangers the journalists face for doing their job. We know where to cross the line. Nobody gets personal. But at the end of the day, you can analyze situations and bring out the juice in the story, direct the conversation. That is your job. Why should you be targeted for doing your job? A policeman is doing his job, and then he targets you for doing your job. And this is the fate of journalism in Nigeria, and this is uncalled for. We need to speak up against this and make sure the public is aware of what many journalists are going into. In Imo State, it's at least a little bit fair. I wouldn't lie or try to exaggerate the thing. 1 or 2 incidences, yes, but have not really been disturbing us in Imo State, especially on radio stations. Some of us say a lot, but we've not been harassed by any police. Personally, I've not been harassed, and I thank the police for not harassing me. But if you arrest one, you arrest all of us, and that's the situation, and that's what we are calling on. But let's get back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, buddy.
Kari. Happy Easter to the one and only Caritas.
Hi, darling. Thank you very much. I wish you same.
Good morning. Happy Easter to you.
The same to you. Dario.
Ew.
Come out. I was about asking you a question whether you don't have forum that can speak for you. But you explained, and now I aligned myself with what Herbert said as well as Professor Obinna.
Yeah.
You should, God should protect you people.
Thank you.
My heart bleeds. And my heart bleeds. On Palm Sunday, Christians were massacred. On Easter, Christians were massacred. And I am tempted to ask, has God of Nigerian Christians washed his hands off our affairs in this country? Up to the extent that people who go to worship him in his house, they don't return back alive. The thought of Christians going to worship God and coming back not alive makes me much harder to know myself. That as I am talking to you, I am now. I am crying.
I mean, don't
and
cry.
may he forgive me if I have asked him what I should not have asked him. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.
I can see Mommy Caritas is struggling to speak there because she's gotten that emotion. It's so sad that you go to celebrate the risen Lord only to end up dead. A lot of people don't understand how it feels like. Well, for those who live their life right, death is not the end of the world. God has already conquered death, and then you can live happily in paradise. For those who didn't live their lives right, we pray for their souls that they will have mercy upon their souls. Anyway, let's go back to the conversation. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dawn, and good morning, Daddy Cosmo.
Uncle JP.
Yeah, my name is Uncle Edaifa Yoku JP, Radio General. I'm calling from Omodogogo, Agricultural government.
You're welcome.
Yes, my people. First of all, I had to cry with characters for the souls that were destroyed, or I don't know the language to use, during this Easter period. Easter is pathetic. We cry for all of them because they are our brothers and sisters over there. Now, may their souls rest in peace. I come back to wicked character. Let me tell you, all the things we have been doing here in this nation, if any person do 1/4 of it, he will be arrested. DSS, murder policemen, security, army, and everywhere, they will join together to look for that person wherever he has been party. You know, push him out because he has spoken a bad word. The way I have seen him here in this nation, it is only God and God alone that will fight Wike for Nigerians. That man is standing as if he's a god, a small god. So I'm telling him now that he's not bigger than Herod in the Bible, Nebuchadnezzar, Pharaoh, and all of them. Their reign came to an end. But I want to say that Wike should be able to leave a legacy that people will remember him with, that is good. Not this what he's doing now. He has said whatever he said against you, the journalists. I'm talking about all of you now. And he has defended himself. I'm not taking to take on him again. But I want to tell you people that your union should get up. Your union should stand up to fight people like this. Because if all of you will say, we are going to fight this man for making this statement, unless he apologize to all of us and say he's not going to do it again. I'm telling you, by the time all of you keep him away, no person will cover his program again on any television or radio. I'm telling you, it's going to change. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello.
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 Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Welcome aboard.
Barry and Dawn. I don't know whether you're hearing me.
Yes,
we can hear you. Go ahead.
Clearly.
Well, I want to say that it is unfortunate that Wike was not supposed to be a barrister. I think he was supposed to be a military man, but by either commission or omission or commission, he found himself into the legal domain. And today you can see that nobody is saying the truth any longer in this country. And all the institutions in this country that are supposed to do their noble job has been hijacked by the government, so to speak. They are hijacked by the ruling party, and to subvert the ethos and legacies of democracy. So Wike is hired to do a yeoman job for the federal executive government. So that's why even if he sees the truth, he cannot say the truth. Even if something is painted black, he cannot say white. So the only institution in Nigeria now that is standing as a fourth estate of the people speaking the truth is the press, the media, with the journalists and there. So I am not surprised when he made those statements. I'm not surprised at all. So you can see that our country is sliding down the precipice of injustice, and anything can happen. So these are the kind of people we have in this country, people like Wike, who feel that one leg in the other side of the party, which is committing anti-party activity, and one leg over there, and the court. You see, the court who want to. It is quite embarrassing. People like the Senate President, Wike, and name them. They are there in this country to do whatever mess. You see, so I am not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Thank you.
So it is only God that will help us. Let us sit down and watch what will happen next.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's get some messages now. Beautiful morning once again, my eloquent and majestic Barry Kalsi colleague. When we calculate what is happening to ADC, which every well-meaning Nigerian sees as the greatest opposition against the ruling party, it completely rhymes with the opinion of Mr. Tanko Yusuf, or Yunusa, that's his name, Tanko Yunusa. Yeah. On the other hand, it tallies with what our renowned journalist, Mr. Shehu Okimbaloye, which provoked Wike's dangerous outburst of anger and threat against him. All these are completely unwarranted in a country where true democracy is being practiced. Barry and Don, how did we get here? Again, all the actions and actions of a new INEC chairman is a litmus test of what to expect in 2027. I pray to God Almighty to come to our rescue and protect us from danger. As in a Lady Julina Sike sent in that one. This other one says, Barry and Dono, I greet, where is the message?
I greet you all.
I greet you all. No one remains a champion forever, as much as Nigeria seems to have been captured by some political miscreants who by error of omission or commission found themselves in very respectable or respectful government offices. It is very unfortunate. Now they have resorted to harassing journalists with threats of killings, and yet we are still besieged with insecurities. Mario, are you not thinking they are responsible for all these killings, even the one on the Easter day? Or Diego, Elder Chijoke sending that one. And of course, this one, go ahead.
Okay, Barry and Don, happy Easter. My personal view is that journalists should stop giving Wike attention. I think he's very unstable and obsessed by drunkenness of power. That's what you get when a group of spoilt charlatans occupying high governmental offices. It's very irresponsible of a person of such a minister, the people's elder.
All right.
Okay, good morning, Barry, the Radio Marshal, the Guru One. Good morning, beautiful Queen Ekoma and Prince Chidozie Onwumere. The truth is that Tinubu and his APC government have destroyed Nigerian democracy. In fact, he's no longer democracy. In fact, it's no longer democracy at all. He doesn't want another party to participate, and he doesn't want electronic transmission of results at real time so that free and fair election will be granted. This is the risk in rigging election and giving power to incompetent leaders. Barry and Ekoma, this country is in danger. Thanks and remain blessed. I'm Prince Chidozie Onwumere.
Chidozie went for that to say good morning, Barry, the Radio Mashade, good one, and good morning, beautiful Queen. Okay. Is it the same message? All right, I think
it's not.
The truth is that Tinubu and his APC government have destroyed Nigerian democracy. In fact, this is no longer democracy at all. He don't want another party. Okay, I think it's the same news. We have this one, says, Happy Easter, Barry, Cosmos, and Don George, Ekoma, you and I can see that Wike is above the law. Journalists should boycott all Wike's activities and press conferences until he apologizes to the journalists. He threatened on the plan by APC and President Tinubu to remain in power by creating discord and disunity in opposition parties and attempting to distort the electoral process. All opposition parties, civil society organizations, and well-meaning Nigerians should embark on peaceful protests against the activities of INEC, judiciary, and APC. The opposition parties should engage countries like U.S. in the politics of Nigeria to ensure credible election in 2027. We need God's intervention in Nigeria. Ngoka Anthony, Christchurch Road, Owerri. All right, we have Dr. Mrs. Umar Lebra, journalist as the voice of the voiceless, and a great voice in nation building should never be gagged, intimidated, decreed out of telling the truth, or barricaded from opinionating and setting agenda by undemocratic forces and uncivilized leaders. The occupational hazards journalists suffer can only be imagined than experienced. Wike is playing God and is not above the law. He must be arrested in line with rule of law and patriotism. The press must be encouraged and ensuring that their sanctity at all times is respected and guaranteed. All right, let's take this on that.
Okay, I am Collins Oswagu, a.k.a. Motion, texting from my beautiful community, Umudibi, Ekwe, in Isu, LGA. Good morning, my good friend Barry, Ekoma, and the listeners. Wike's political reign is coming to an end as he has touched the tail of the NUJ. He should know that the NUJ is not like INEC and the judiciary, which are controlled by his boss, Tinubu. I wish the NUJ teaches him a lesson so he learns how to watch his tongue before he speaks. A motion from Umudibe Ekwe.
All right, this other one says, good morning, Barry. Sponsor one on radio and Mrs. Dawn Ekoma. Our democracy is in big trouble. They are out to destroy it with one-party system. You ask what INEC want. They want to make sure they protect their master. First, they told us e-transmission is not possible. Next, e-registration. Now, revalidation of voters' card. All focus on the plan. Please let the judiciary rise up and save our democracy and the poor Nigerian masses. Happy Easter from Henry Naji from our former market, Old Road, Nekede. All right, and this one?
A very good morning to you, Mr. Barry and my Judge Don Ikoma. Happy Easter Monday to you all. Happy Easter to you too, Victor. I'm Victor Ihenacho Ekenawa God from Trans-Ebu. It's so unfortunate we have an arrogant fellow as FCT minister who always vomits ill statements and goes scot-free without punishment. Threatening arrest and prosecuting journalists has always been our bias. Politicians' way of showing how incompetent they are. One thing is sure to me, each and every one of us will definitely face judgment one day.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes,
good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good day. All right, apparently you are ready for us. Let's check if there are messages on our Facebook. Okay, we have a fine Isaac says, good morning, Mr. Barry. And the Dawn wish you both happy Easter. Mr. Wike is becoming the Jagaban in this country, and he needs to be informed that this country does not belong to him alone. All right, thank you very much for your contribution. Let's get back to the phone lines. Now, if you are just joining us, this is Straight Talk live on Echo FM with the team of Barry Cosmos and Josh Dawn here bringing you all the latest details. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Don.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Good morning to you. Welcome aboard, sir.
Good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Honorable Homer from World Bank.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Barry, let me just read section 22 of the 1999 Constitution. Obligations of the mass media. It says that the press, radio, television, and other agencies of the mass media shall at all times, mark the word, shall, which is must, at all times, be free to uphold the fundamental objectives contained in this chapter and uphold the responsibility and accountability of the government to the people. They who did what was covered by the Constitution. And I expect Channel John Momo to invoke the cyberbullying that the government has been touting around to take on. Okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't have an immunity. He has contravened the cyberbullying. Okay? And
Yeah.
evidence, just like what RHETORIC did when he said he tapped on the line of the National Security Advisor. Whatever is being done to RHETORIC, okay, should apply to weekend now. Okay? There's a law on the cyberbullying, okay, cybercrime, and the DSS should move in, okay, and take him in. All right?
Yeah.
Now, the president escaped similar thing when he was addressing the journalists again during the Ramadan. When he said that when he read their paper and everything, he was annoyed initially when he came to power. That's another incitement. That's cyberbullying from the president, but he enjoys it at the minute. Okay? This democracy is covered by the Constitution. And that is why if you come to my library, I have almost 57 of them from 1922. Okay, so wait. Since 1999, I have 7 pieces of Constitution as they have been amended. I just procured a new one last week. Okay, to mention, I do not go beyond or against or violate the 320 sections of the Constitution. But let me warn our lawyers. Let me warn our lawyers. Okay? Because whatever is happening today is abuse of the court. If the Supreme Court has ruled that internal affairs of political parties should not be manipulated or hacked by a court, why would a lawyer go to bar? Okay? Whether it is a bar in Ishueke or the bar in the Oriebu, why would he then approach a high court, which is a first court to a Supreme Court, to challenge the internal affairs of a party?
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
INEC, under a senior advocate, is now acting ultra-viral. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Let me warn again. Lawyers be warned. Lawyers be warned. Lawyers be warned.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Homa there. All right. We have this message from on our Facebook, Onuga Patricia. It says, good morning, Sabari and Don. Happy Easter to you both. Mr. Wike is slowly becoming the president of this country because we don't hear the president's voice as much as we hear Wike's own. That is what he's saying. I think Mr. President need to put Mr. Wike in check because he is talking too much. Well, that is the gospel according to Onuga Patricia. All right, it is now Wike versus Shehu Akimbal, but at the end of the day, it is Wike versus journalism. That is, when you affect one, injury to one is injury to all. And we are in solid solidarity with our colleague on national television and Channels Television. Shehu, stand strong, do your job, don't be intimidated. Of course, you have said you are not afraid, and we believe that you are not afraid. To government, please allow journalists do their job without fear or favor. It is so sad that we have to go through this route, but it is what we face as journalists every day. Sometimes you would go through the eye of the needle just to get a report out, and somebody will just sit down and say one nonsense, and as if what you did is uncalled for. It's completely wrong. If you look at the killings of journalists, it's all connected to the fact that the report, either what you have, you want to report, they don't want the report to ever come out, or what you are saying is hurting them. But the issue is, are you fabricating these questions? And that is where it gets all messy. Anyway, our time is up for our program. John, any final words before we wrap up the show?
Happy Easter to everyone.
Thank you very much for being part of the program. Remember, Straight Talk comes your way 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mondays to Friday. Until we come your way again, we will be saying Happy Easter to you. Live right, live well, and heart goes out to all the ones that lost their family members during the Easter killing in Benue, Kaduna, Borno, wherever the killings happen. Thank you all for being part of the program. Somebody celebrated a birthday. I never see cake. I no see coke. And I don't provoke. After now. Shower. No, that one they bring fat. Pizza. Why they call all the things I don't like? see suya or pepper soup. Well, happy birthday to the station manager of Echo FM. She celebrated, I think that was yesterday, Easter Sunday. And may the good Lord continue to strengthen you and give you the wisdom to do what you do best. Straight Talk is out. Health Revolution is next. Bye-bye for now.
Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.